Hare Krishna, how will you manage your Rahu? You see, Rahu is one planet that has capability to make you a multi-millionaire and also ability to take things away from you. In this video, with my research of last 20 years, I'm going to give you very simple points about Rahu. If you do these things in your life, if you can manage your Rahu, with these particular suggestions, I guarantee you, you will see immense amount of change. Be your Rahu a planet which is favorable or unfavorable in your horoscope, does not matter. And this purely comes from Jyotish, purely comes from the experience of looking at more than 45,000 charts. And on the same time, you see, the most important thing is everything that I'm going to tell you is going to be very, very scientific and logical. On the same time, I will be covering Rahu in all the 12 houses. Definitely, there will be impact of the sign in which Rahu is present because that will make Rahu naturally positive or something which is not positive in your horoscope. But again, I'm repeating, irrespective to that positivity or negativity, you just consider Rahu in a particular house and follow these, you know, guidelines or instructions for Rahu, and you'll see immense amount of great results in your life. So we'll start with Rahu in the first house. Ladies and gentlemen, whenever you have Rahu in the first house, you always try to find happiness within yourself. And that is your mistake. Your happiness is outside, it's not inside. And how will you find happiness outside is by meeting your friends, your childhood friends, your schoolmates. Tell me, anyone who has Rahu in the Lagna, whenever he or she has tried to meditate on something or would have tried to attend certain sessions where you try to go within yourself, they will not relieve you. What will relieve you is going and meeting your old friend, your classmate. Those um, reunions is what Rahu in the Lagna is. Try to meet your friends, at least once a month. That's point number one. Keep your personality top class. If you will not get ready, even on the day of the holiday, it's like even if your Rahu is positive, you're trying to take the negative energy of Rahu. Get up in the morning, wear best of your best clothes, maintain your hairs. When it comes to hairs, Rahu in the Lagna, you should not color your hairs. You should not look something which is not natural. If you have got white hairs and you're in your mid 40s or mid 30s, let it be. Rahu will become positive about it. Because somehow, by not coloring your Rahu, you're helping your Ketu. And they are one, they are inseparable. So do not color your hairs, but you should manage them very well. You should be looking, always top class. That's one of the best remedies to manage your Rahu when Rahu is in the Lagna. You see, when you will boost about your wealth, about your achievements in your life, that's the strength of Rahu in the Lagna. Do not reveal your plans. The day you reveal your plans with Rahu in the first house, you lose many things in your life. That's guaranteed, that's for sure. On the same time, you got to be extrovert. You cannot be introvert. If you are introvert with Rahu in the Lagna, not meeting people, you are in your isolation, Rahu is going to trouble you. And your biggest power is money. Make money as your biggest power with Rahu in the Lagna. If you have it, You need to show it. You need to, uh, people should know that you're rich. Okay, be it your clothing, the way you speak, whatever. But definitely, the liquid cash, money is your power. Do not waste it, right? And keep your personality very, very original. Do not fake it. The day you'll fake it, the day Rahu will take you to the heights and throw you down. That's where the problem is with the Rahu in the first house. That's now point number one. Point number two, for Rahu in the second house, you see, your progress is not what you speak, but the way you speak. That's very, very important for you people. And the biggest tip, the biggest take home with Rahu in the second house is speak less. If you speak a lot with Rahu in the second house, it's going to hit you back, right? Behave very formally with very, very, you know, very, very less communication with your relatives, with your family. Just be within yourself. Sustain your communications to your mind. Do not speak much, with relatives. Third thing, be to the point. When you speak less, you will have to become to the point. The moment you're trying to elaborate things, that is when you're going to be troubled. Because if you overly explain a particular concept or a thing, that very moment, that's going to fire you back. It's going to fire back for sure. Second house Rahu, do not reveal what you eat, your diet plans. Even if you're eating very healthy, you don't have to boost about it that, hey, I eat very healthy, this is my routine, you should eat this, you should eat that. Giving unwanted suggestions to people who are not even asking you for a suggestion, you're giving it to them, is making your Rahu very, very troublesome, right? Very important remedy for Rahu in the second house is, and that's how you're actually managing, be very respectful, very disciplined, very organized for your Pitris. Any Pitra Puja, any Pitra Paksha, Shraddh, you've got to be on the toes. Make sure you follow all the rituals of your family. That's another important thing. Rahu in the third house. The most important thing is not how you speak, but what you speak. That's where Rahu in the third house is very, very important. You have to be crisp, you have to be clear, and whole your life with Rahu in the third house, you'll have to plan. You have to strategize things. If you start your life or a business or a project without a strategy, that's when you're going to take the major hit of your life. The life will be full of deals. You have to deal with the family, friends, relatives, children, bosses. Even in the love life, it will be like a deal. You're dealing. Take this, give this to me. It's like one hand going here, the one hand coming here. That's what Rahu in the third house is. Be very careful with any nervous issues. If you have any neuro or nervous issues, you need to see a doctor. No self medication, no waiting for self healing. No, no, no. You can't do that. Rahu in the third house, your strength is your political links, your friends who are politically good. Make them your friends. Be dynamic, be intelligent. On the same time, you need to help people who are in the difficult time. You see, if someone is suffering from any, surgical problems, or someone, maybe you have a peon or you have a watchman who is really, really suffering in his or her life. Rahu in the third house, you help them, you will achieve lot of positivity in your life. That's something very, very important. Rahu in the fourth house. Ha, your weakness is your own family. You're trying to find sukha within your family. Everything that you feel is good You think it's in your family. The answer is wrong, because your family is the one, your comfort zone is the one, your mother land is the one which can slow down your progress. You have to leave it. You have to go out of your comfort zone, leave your motherland if you want to be professionally very, very successful. Living at your home, and your ancestral property at your motherland is not going to give you great results. You are very emotional, right? About your work, you're very emotional about your home, about your comfort zone, about, not getting out of that frame of mind that I have to leave my home and I have to be super successful. That is the biggest hindrance of Rahu in the fourth house. That's the biggest remedy as well, right? Be very careful with the properties and assets. If you have an ancestral property, which you deserve, if you have to fight, fight. Don't give up. Do not give up. Be very careful when you're doing property deals, because Rahu in the fourth house, you'll get many such options where titles are not clear, the papers are not okay, and you'll be stuck. You need to be super conscious, involve a bank always, even if you have the entire payment with you, because the kind of legal the bank institutions can do for a property, you cannot do it. So involve a bank. That's something again very, very important. With Rahu in the fifth house, right? Be careful with the opposite sex. Getting into extramaritals or a honey trap is on cards with Rahu in the fifth house. You see, Rahu in the fifth house, the problem is that you get exploited from a person with whom you love a lot, of someone you care for. These are the people who are going to come back and hit you. The best way to deal with this Rahu is help uh, poor children with the schooling. Go to civil hospitals, government hospitals. Go to those hospitals that are run by an NGO, right? Where poor people need some treatment. That's the best remedy for you. Help underprivileged, class 4, poor people living below the poverty line. You start helping these people, and suddenly the fifth house, Rahu, will start giving you immense amount of progress. You see, one thing is for sure, that if you are very sensible, clear, and crisp with your children, with Rahu in the fifth house, you're going to have super successful children. Especially, I've seen many people with Rahu in the fifth house, they have one son and maybe a couple of daughters. But that one son and those two daughters that you have, they will do well in their life. It's a myth that if you have Rahu in the fifth house, your children are going to be in the problematic, state. No, they'll be good. They'll be intelligent. They'll be the children that this Kali Yuga deserve. They will be able to find their way. They will be able to navigate through, this dirty world, which is very, very competitive. There's rat race around. That's what Rahu in the fifth house gives you strength for your children. Rahu in the sixth house is smart work. The more you keep on working hard in the life, the more Rahu puts you down again and again and again. Do not have any deals with your mother's brother, means your mama, or maybe with your, grandfather from your mother's side, which is Nana Nani. If you have any deal with these people, it's going to fire you back. These are the people, if you deal with them, if you help them, or if there are some transactions between these people, you are going to take a hit on your work, profession, and health. Don't do that. On the same time, Rahu in the sixth house has capability to give you diseases of stomach, gastric issues, heartburns, IBS, right? Problems that are related to surgeries. You need to be very careful. You see, there is a process of IBS where your stress is directly related to your stomach. They are interconnected. So a lot of stress, a lot of problem in the stomach. You need to cut that, right? Do not let your stress go to the stomach. If you think more, if you're overthinking, Rahu in the sixth house is going to give you a lot of vata issues, your body pains, your Your lower back will pain, your knees will pain, your ankles will pain, you have body pains. So be sensible. Do not let your, you know, troubles of life go so deep inside that they upset your digestion. Donate green vegetables. Wear as much green as much you can, right? And also meditate. Go for workouts, exercise. If you don't go for workouts, if you don't exercise, you're in trouble. Rahu in the sixth house need workout every day. Rahu in the seventh house, do not show off. If you show off, like in the first house, you're showing off to give you great results. Seventh house, Rahu, if you show off, you will get a hit, right? Your partners, your friends will hit you back, because with Rahu in the seventh house, you get a very dramatic spouse, who's always dramatic, who's doing a lot of drama around all the time. And that is when you feel very, very awkward. Second thing is, do not discuss your plans with your spouse or with your partner. You see, the moment you 100% reveal your plans with your spouse or with your partner, it's not going to work. It's going to fail. Keep your hands closed. Do not open them. If you open them, you are in the biggest trouble of your life. Be very sweet to your spouse. Be very romantic to your spouse, right? And do not partner any business with your spouse. If you run a business with your spouse, with Rahu in the seventh house, trouble. It's not going to succeed to a level which you've thought. On the same time, be very, very careful with any partnerships. Make sure you check the horoscope of the other person, otherwise, it's a problem. But you have to be very simple. The moment you show off in your life, show off your luxuries, they will go away from you, right? Even if you have got 100 in your pocket, you should tell that you've got only 2 rupees. So to that level, to 98% of your life, you have to cut off the show off, right? You should not reveal what you got, right? Be very careful by revealing anything to your partner, or maybe, with your spouse. No, you can't do that. Eighth house Rahu, right? Don't show or discuss your fears. If you show your fear or you discuss your fear, I mean, people will eat you up, right? You cannot show your fears. Even if you're scared of something, show as if you're very, very strong, right? On the same time, move away from conversations. If you get into conversations with Rahu in the eighth house, they'll trouble you. Have a third party hired. Any ancestral problems, any ancestral issues that you've got anything, right, which is where there's a division of the property, where there's a division between you and your children. Do not sit in that conversation. Do not sit in any conflict. Take help from outsourced companies, third party companies, right? Because the moment you show your fear and anxiety with Rahu in the eighth house, you lose everything. But definitely, Rahu in the eighth house, the ancestral property comes to you. You get great results in your life. Uh, on the same time, the most important thing about Rahu in the eighth house is that every Tuesday and every Saturday, right, you should offer a coconut in the temple, right? That's a remedy. Or maybe to Ma Durga, keep offering the coconut. Especially Tuesdays and Saturdays are very, very important. Ninth house is, be very, very spiritual. Do not be religious. I repeat, be spiritual. Do not be religious, because the moment you will try to show that you're very religious, it's gonna hit you back. You have to create a balance. You cannot do, Nam Japa 8 hours, 6 hours, 5 hours when you have Rahu in the ninth house. Most of the people you'll find atheist. Even that is the problem. See, with Rahu in the ninth house, you have to maintain a balance. The day you stop maintaining the balance, the day you get all the problems of your life. That's again very, very important, that you become spiritual, maintain balance. There should be a lot of hard work and prayers together. It's not about only prayers and only hard work. That is where Rahu in the ninth house take maximum hits in the life. have a very balanced religious approach. With Rahu in the 10th house, patience is the key. You have to be very, very patient in your life, right? Do not misuse your power, because Rahu in the 10th house is a natural Raj Yoga. I've seen people doing great in their life, especially after the age of 42. But once you've achieved your things, and the moment you start misusing that power, that's when you get the biggest hit of your life. You cannot misuse your power. Now, be extra kind, right? The more and more kind you will become in your life, more and more better results you'll get. Do not have any old unwanted electronic or electrical, things that are not working. It should not be there at your home. You will take hits. There will be a lot of diseases, health issues. If you have your old phones that are not working, maybe a television or a TV or something on the roof which you've not used for 10 years and still there, right? Do not have these things at your home. Um, AI, regular upgrades, right? You should be very much familiar to the latest quality phones, mobile phones, softwares, using Chat GPT. All these things give lot of power to Rahu in the 10th house. But you got to be smart with government as well, because government troubles you with Rahu in the 10th house. Be very kind with your father. Be very kind and over respectful with fatherly figures and bosses. Otherwise, again, you will put yourself in trouble. But do not completely rely on fatherly figures. Do not completely rely on someone from the government, because these people, if you rely on them, Rahu is disappointed here. He said, hey, you can respect them, you can be very, very kind to them, you cannot rely on them. That's what Rahu is in the 10th house. Rahu in the 11th house, ladies and gentlemen, the progress, the success in work, business, job is going to come through friends and people around you, through society, right? You should have senior citizens as your friends, people who are way beyond your age. If you're 25, have friends who are 45, 50. These are the people who will really help you. This is what Rahu wants. Friendship with people who behave like an elder brother, or someone who's like, who's like a mentor, gurus, who had an experience of 20, 25 years. That's what Rahu in the 11th house is. You need to accompany these people, but you should be away from politics. People who are into politics, people who are dealing with the politics every day, or who are politicians and they tell you we can support you. I'm sorry, these people are going to hit you back, right? That's something. But old age, elderly people, middle-aged people, someone who is elder to 10, 20 years elder to you, is the best resource of your success. Trust me, it's going to give you great results. Rahu in the 12th house, do not be, do not do extra charity, because if you have Rahu in the 12th house, there will be a point when you want to give away everything. That's when you lose everything. You have to fight back. You have to make a balance between, you know doing charity, something which is outside. You see, the charity begins from home. The first people who require your charity is your family. If you have extra, spend it on your family. Once you think all the needs and luxuries of your family are fulfilled, definitely you can go out with Rahu in the 12th house. Because if you give a lot of things outside with Rahu in the 12th house, you and your family is going to suffer. That's what Rahu does. That's that's something which is strange game of Rahu, right? Go away from the motherland if you can, if you get an opportunity, if other planets support you. You can always invest in online markets, but again, systematic, spending should be there. If your Rahu is in the movable sign, you can put your money in, intraday. But if Rahu is in the fixed sign, then have a long-term investment. If Rahu is in the dual sign, you can hold your investments for 7, 8, 10 months, take profit and leave. That's what you can do with the dual signs. And the movable signs are 1, 4, 7, 10. The dual signs are 3, 6, 9, 12. The fixed signs are 2, 5, 8, and 11. Right? So that's how you can plan. But make sure Saturn and Jupiter supports you, because the support of Jupiter to the Saturn for for earning money in stocks is very, very important. P3s are very, very important. Just like the second house, the 12th house, you need to be very closely, watching the Pitri Paksha, Shraddhas, doing regular charities on Amavasya and Purnima, donating food to Brahmins on Amavasya and Purnima is going to be one of the great, great remedies. Keep traveling. Right? Traveling will give you, great result. And last but not the least, help people in the emergency. If someone is in real emergency, calls you up, never say no to him. Right? Never say no, because the moment you say no to him, you're going to have a lot of emergencies in your life and you will not have people around you. So Rahu in the 12th house, anyone who calls you for emergency, need, go help, support. And the day you stop helping people in the emergency, that very day your downfall will start, right? Uh, that's my observation. Rahu in the 12th house, you can donate some money in cremation grounds as well, right? Even that helps. So I hope you've liked it. This is my experience of 20 years where, I find out that these practices, ideas give Rahu a great strength. I'll come up with another video. Till then, Hare Krishna, Har Har Mahadev.